Buongiorno, welcome back to my channel. Like today, 15 years ago, I arrived in Italy and I decided to celebrate this day not only by reflecting on my experience during these 15 years, but also by gifting myself some fragrances, of course. So today is going to be an unboxing and also a quick review of the 3 fragrances that I decided to buy for this occasion. All 3 are from an Italian niche brand. So if you want to know what fragrances I chose for this day, then please keep on watching. But before we start, if you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. My name is Nora and on this channel I mostly talk about fragrances. I do also some skincare, makeup and lifestyle in general, so if this is your thing, then definitely consider subscribing and also hit the notification bell so you will get notified when I upload a new video. Also follow me on Instagram where I post some exclusive content that I don't do here on YouTube. And without further ado, let's start. So this will not be a surprise for those who are following me on Instagram. All 3 fragrances are from the same brand and it's one of my absolute favorite niche brands in general. And yes, it's Acqua di Parma. I did a full buying guide on the Blue Mediterraneo line from Acqua di Parma. I will leave linked up here and in the description down below if you want to watch it. So if you watched my buying guide, you will know that I bought 2 fragrances from that line. And here they are. I have Mandorlo di Sicilia and Fico di Amalfi. I also bought a discontinued fragrance from that brand, and if you want to know what it is, then definitely stick to the end of the video. Now let's start with Fico di Amalfi. Here it is. As I said before, smelling this line in general just transports you to the Mediterranean Sea, the Italian Riviera and coastline. All absolutely wonderful for summertime, fresh, natural smelling, and Fico di Amalfi is not an exception. Is such a beautiful, fruity, woody fragrance. So the main player here is the figs, but it's done in such a beautiful way. I think even if you are not a big fan of figs, you would maybe like this one. It has quite a citrusy opening like all Acqua di Parma, so it has grapefruit, bergamot, lemon, citron. So just a beautiful fresh citrusy opening, but you will also get the figs. So in the mid notes you have the fig nectar, you have also jasmine and pink pepper. Pink pepper I don't get very much, and I wouldn't say also that I get the jasmine, but I get a little bit of a floral touch in this fragrance, especially in the mid dry down. In the base you have the fig tree, cedar and benzoin. So this fragrance is not only about the fruit but all the fig tree. It's not green at all, so it has nothing to do with Philosophus from Diptyque, where it's extremely green, and I personally don't like it at all. This one is absolutely beautiful. So the final result of the whole idea of this fragrance at the end is a fruity, woody experience, softened a little bit by the floral touch, so the jasmine and also the benzoin that gives us a slight sweet, creamy touch. It projects really, really nice. It's one of the best when it comes to projection from the Blue Mediterraneo line. Love the projection on this one. You can smell yourself, people around you can smell you. It's not a beast mode, of course. We are talking about an eau de toilette and a fresh fragrance, so it's not a beast in any way, shape or form, but I would say it's a solid, moderate longevity and sillage on this fragrance. I absolutely love it, especially in the very hot summer days. Strong projection on this fragrance just helps with the heat of the summer. This one was on my wish list for a long time and I'm happy that I finally added it to my collection. So that was Fico di Amalfi from Acqua di Parma. Now let's move to Mandorlo di Sicilia. It's All the fragrances from the Blue Mediterranean come in the same bottle. The only thing that changes is the name. And Mandorlo di Sicilia means almonds from Sicily. This is an almond gourmand fragrance. So it's not exactly like the rest of the line. It's more of a warm, cozy, not exactly summer appropriate, although I know a lot of people do wear this during the summer. To me, it's more of an autumn winter fragrance, and it's a very sweet, powdery experience. So in this fragrance, you have top notes of green almond, star anise, bergamot, and orange. In the mid, you have the floral notes, so jasmine and ylang ylang, and you also have white peach. In the base, you have vanilla, tolu balsam, musk, and cedar. But what you get in this fragrance is mostly vanilla and almond. To me, it smells like almond powder mixed with the vanilla you get from the supermarket that is already sweetened. And the star anise, I get it, but it doesn't bother me. So I don't like this note, but it doesn't bother me at all in this fragrance. In the dry down, you get a little bit of the tolu balsam, which I think really anchors the fragrance. So the star anise and the tolu balsam prevents this fragrance to be overly sweet or cloying. And to be completely honest, the rest of the notes I personally don't get very much in this fragrance. Although it has a solid, moderate longevity and it is a sweet fragrance, it doesn't project very much. So I would say the projection is between intimate and moderate. More intimate in my opinion. Maybe because I never overspray this fragrance because it is sweet. I'm not a fan of overly sweet fragrances. I don't know, but to me the experience is more of an intimate, cozy fragrance. So this is a scent I would wear when I want to feel cozy, warm, when it's a little bit cold. This is the vibe this fragrance gives me. I know a lot of people wear this during the summer, no problem, but this is my personal preference. And I think from the whole line, this is one of the most famous ones, especially outside of Italy, among female YouTubers. And I definitely get why. To be completely honest, it took me a while to appreciate this fragrance. First, when I smelled this one, it was too sweet for me, it was too simple. But testing it over and over and over, I definitely fell in love with it. And now finally it is in my collection. So that is Mandorlo di Sicilia. Now let's move to the most exciting fragrance that I bought. Again, it's an Acqua di Parma, but it's a discontinued one and it's really, really difficult to find. I couldn't believe myself. I was in a small village nearby and I saw a perfume shop. So I just went in and I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw Iris Nobile from Acqua di Parma. This is from the Nobile line, which are targeted to female. They are all about florals. So currently they have 3. Iris, so this one, Iris Nobile and Gelsomino Nobile are discontinued. And I really hope I can find Gelsomino Nobile because I love jasmine. And this fragrance took me by surprise, totally by surprise. First of all, I don't like Iris at all, but this one, this is something else, guys. Oh, this is so rich, classy. I love it. Although I hate Iris, I absolutely adore this fragrance. The nose behind this one is Francis Kurkdjian. I don't know why Acqua di Parma did discontinue this fragrance, because this is, to me, an absolute masterpiece. And if I compare it to the 3 at least that are currently available from Acqua di Parma, this is the best one. This is so amazing, you can't even imagine. So let me read you the notes of this one. So you have top notes of iris, star anise, bergamot, mandarin orange and orange. But as Mandorlo di Sicilia, it's not exactly a very fresh citrusy opening. In the mid notes, you have tuberose, orange blossom, mimosa, ylang ylang, hibiscus, and cedar. And in the base, you have vanilla and this, to me, at least to my nose, is quite a linear fragrance. But I think what makes the iris, which is queen and king here in this fragrance, is the mix with tuberose and orange blossom and the vanilla and the amber. It's absolutely beautiful. Mostly what I smell here are iris, a hint of tuberose and orange blossom, and also the vanilla and the ambery undertones. The rest I don't get. It's so beautiful. If you love iris, or even if you don't, and you found this one, definitely get it. Has an amazing longevity and sillage. It remained on me for over 8 hours. On my clothes, it remains a whole day. The sillage on this one is beautiful, so for me, like the right amount of sillage, so between moderate and strong. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's quite a warm fragrance, so I wouldn't recommend this one for like really summer, for really hot summer days, but for spring, autumn, winter, I would definitely wear this without any problem. Oh, so beautiful, so opulent. It's quite mature. So iris is quite powdery, and I find like powdery scents in general and opulent florals are not very suited to younger generations, in my opinion. Of course, you can wear what you want when you want, but to me, it's quite a mature fragrance. And let me tell you, when I first smelled this fragrance, what I thought about. I thought about Marie Antoinette. I know this is not exactly the perfumery of that time. I now know why I got this image. It's not Marie Antoinette as a person or the era or anything, but it's the surrounding. So I imagine this fragrance on a lady that lives in a very expensive old apartment in Paris, you know, and the style of the furniture is like really lavish, so, and a little bit antique, so a lot of gold, you know, this vibe. I hope Acqua di Parma will bring this back because it's really good. And I also got like the shower gel. Yeah, I this is what the lady had, so I just bought it because I was really happy to find it. So if you can find this gem and you love iris, definitely get it, because it's absolutely beautiful. So that was it. These are the fragrances that I bought to celebrate my 15 years living here in Italy. I did buy another fragrance, and unfortunately it didn't arrive, and it seems that there is a problem. So I don't know if I will actually get the fragrance in the end or not, but if I did and I didn't upload this video, I will definitely film a quick review and add it to this video. Hi, Noura from another day. So the fragrance I talked about did not arrive. There was a problem with payment and shipment anyway, so I decided instead of that fragrance, which was one of the Armani Privé fragrances, I went to Lelburario. So I don't know how to classify this store or this brand. So Lelburario is not exactly a perfume house. This is more of a natural drugstore brand. I don't know how to categorize it or even to describe it. They sell in the store natural products, skincare, perfume, herbs, teas, these kind of stuff. I don't know how they are called in English, but in Italian they are called Erbusteria. So I would say it's like a herb shop. I don't know. Anyway, I went there. And it's actually my first experience to test their perfume. I am familiar with some of their natural skincare, but that was my first time to go and test some fragrances. I have it here in this beautiful bag. And I made them rapid. And before opening, let me tell you, I was actually really impressed. Like really, really impressed. They are extremely affordable and have some great fragrances. I don't know if there are some websites in the US that sell these products, but I think they have international shipping. I will check it and will leave in the description the details. So let's open this baby. The perfume that I chose is Camellia. This is such a beautiful fragrance. I was immediately in love. It was love at first sniff. So I got the small size because, you know, I always get the small size. Comes in this bottle. So here on the box they say this fragrance has notes of camellia, elemi, tonka bean and amber, and we all know that camellia is actually like a fantasy note. So let me remind myself. This is so beautiful. Oh my god. Its opening is quite a fresh floral, but in the dry down you get the amber and the tonka bean. This is such a beautiful fragrance. Can it compete with niche fragrances? I wouldn't say so. So I have here the 50 ml and I think I paid 22 euros. So it's extremely affordable. And for such an affordable price, this is amazing. I can't tell you about longevity and sillage because I didn't test it on my skin. This is so beautiful. This is really, really beautiful. This is actually a very spring appropriate fragrance. I tested other fragrances from that brand. So I tested Dahlia, which I liked a lot. They have also a new fragrance, a tea one. I don't remember the name now, but it's also amazing. I tested the very famous one that I think everybody knows from this brand is Meharis, which is, I think, a dupe of Ambre Norgelé from Hermes, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and that one is also amazing, amazing fragrance. So I tested Meharis. I liked Meharis, Dahlia, the tea fragrance. And one of like also summer fragrance that has salt in it. I don't remember the name now. I think it was something Salina, Fior di Salina, something like that. And also that one was really beautiful. The opening was not so much, but the rhyme was amazing. This is so beautiful. It has kind of a soapy quality to it, I have to admit, but in the best way possible. So to me, I think if you love fragrances like Prada La Femme Intense, you will like this one. They are not really similar, but they have the same vibe in my opinion. So I will check the notes and tell you. So this was launched in 2014, so it's not a new release. So it has top notes of elemi, rose, bitter orange, and in the mid you have camellia, tonka bean and geranium. In the base you have amber, vanilla, benzoin and Moroccan cedar. And to me what I mostly get is like the fantasy note of camellia. I also get a lot of amber and tonka bean, especially in the dry down. It's a beautiful scent, and also the elemi, by the way. It's a beautiful scent. It's really, really beautiful. I will check if on Fragrantica they compare it to other fragrances. Okay, they compare it to Coco Noir from Chanel. And I have to disagree. To me, this is more the vibe of Prada La Femme Intense than Coco Noir from Chanel. So but again, it's not like a dupe or very similar fragrance. It just, they have the same vibe. So very floral, but deep, warm, and at the same time have like a clean soapy touch to them. but in the best way possible. So that was Camellia. I also got the shower gel. I will just open it and see because I don't remember how the bottle looked like. Okay, here is the shower gel. I'm really impressed by this brand and I definitely will check more fragrances from them. Definitely the Dahlia and Maharis one is on my wish list because these are really good fragrances, and on paper both Maharis and Dahlia remained for a long time. I mean, I left the blotter on at the table here, and every time I walked into the room, I could smell both these fragrances for days. Even when I threw away the paper, somehow it touched, I don't know, the table or something. It remained for at least 3-4 days. So I think it will have really good longevity, but this is just a first impression again. So that was it, and now let's return to the old video. So I really hope you loved this video. If you want to know my thoughts and my experience here in Italy, I did film a Get Ready With Me where I talked a little bit about being an immigrant here, about Italy in general, and like a reflection on that time that I spent here. So if you want to watch it, I will leave it linked up here and in the description down below. Thanks a lot for watching and see you next time. Ciao!